I would like to take this opportunity to introduce our next invited speaker, Dr. Gunjan Jain. Dr. Gunjan Jain is a dedicated, resourceful, and innovative instructor possessing 20 years of teaching experience. She presently is working with Westminster International University, Uzbekistan, in the capacity of Professor of English and Management. Her area of interest includes linguistics, Indian English literature, teaching English as secondary language, women studies. She has attended various conferences, workshops, and seminars on national and international platforms and has more than 50 research papers on her credit. She is MBA in Human Resource Development and a certified corporate trainer from Indian Society of Training and Development, New Delhi. Jen also works as a freelance counselor for the students and helps them to overcome their problems and to make appropriate changes to their life. She holds the experience of facilitating coaching students by using interactive discussions and hands-on approaches to help the students learn and apply concepts in subjects. Dr. Jain, I welcome you on my personal behalf and on behalf of Society for Research Development in ICON MESH 21. Over to you, Professor.
Thank you, Dr. Rohit. This is somehow a technical glitch and the opportunity that COVID has given us that we are sharing up a common platform. A very warm greeting to all who are sharing this virtual platform of 6th ICON MESH 2021. It has rightly been said that show must go on. It's obviously it's not a show, it's a conference, and but it needs endorsement that with courage, positive attitude, and enthusiasm, anything is possible in this pandemic age. I appreciate the efforts of the organizers for organizing this wonderful conference and providing us a platform for sharing our views, our opinion, and knowledge from across the globe. The novel virus that has not been visible with the naked eyes has put the world on pause, but it has also been a source of inspiration for uncountable people across the globe to stand by humanity and for self with the courage to overcome and continue moving with hope of better future. My presentation is about reimagining the future world, exploring post-pandemic COVID-19 issues for sustainable quality of life. It is somehow based on my experiential learning because it has been a reason of social, political, and economic transformation of the humanity. To somehow what I experienced being witnessing this, I'll be sharing that. The purpose of the presentation is to understand what is more important, quality of life or longevity. Apart from basic needs, what else do human beings need to flourish? Does the state of mind affect quality of life? It's a time for us to think about that. If I talk about the history, about the historical evidences that we have seen in the past, yes, definitely for some of the historical evidences that we see on the leproscopy, bubonic plague, cholera, smallpox, up to this, we have always read in the books, we have read the references, but yes, we all know that it has been the brutal killers in human history. And the outbreak of these diseases across international borders are properly defined as pandemic. Now, starting from HIV to SARS, that is severe acute respiratory syndrome, and to pandemic that burst in 2019, we have seen that with the passing of the time, everybody has got accumulated and adjusted with it. But yes, the COVID-19, it infected a disease, and later on, it took up a drastic disaster. It left nobody infected about the geographical condition, national borders, any way we can talk about. With the passing of the day, it aggravated to the extent that it couldn't be managed. This new virus is spread incredibly fast among people due to its newness, and no one on this earth has immunity to overcome virus COVID-19 because no one had suffered until 2019. The outcome of COVID-19 is likely to be unknown for many years, which has been a cause of shattered families, depression and anxiety, emotional breakdown in people. So, the purpose of this is to understand. I think. So I'll be talking about, this is a video that was about what life will be or how to manage of the life after this disaster, the disaster of humanity. If we talk about sustainability, everyone knows that sustainability is meeting the need of present generation without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their needs. When we talk about the factors of sustainability, we always think, and it is environment, society, and economy. Now, following up further with this sustainable quality of life, it is time to think that sustainable quality of life is what? Quality of life is about extent to which person enjoys to go. It's by achieving a balance in their action, in their relation with themselves and with others, through creating and sustaining adequate conditions and known potential over the life course. Basically, the purpose of this talk, this sharing the idea is to understand that when we talk about this pandemic, this is important, that how the life has changed and how we will manage and how the future generations, the coming generations, will overcome this crisis. These are the three phases that we have gone through. Generally, we have talked about the phases of phase 1, phase 2 about the pandemic. But yes, this is the phase which shows that how the people have been going through. The phase 1, it highlights about the social distancing, shutdown, and general measures of hygiene. Phase 2, it was the height in which there was a drastic human disaster, that people, there was a calamity, the people died because of the scarcity of the resources. It was a level where nobody was able to cope up with the situation. And now, I won't say that it's the end of the pandemic or post pandemic, but yes, again, with the efforts of the people and the government across the globe, people are returning to the normality. It is about subsided public health officials to continue and monitor the virus, and with that, we are back to the reorganizing and establishing the life back. These are the three phases, and within these three phases, the people across the globe, I won't say, because COVID has affected everybody, that is not confined to a specific class of the people, but yes, it is for everybody, that we have observed that everything was wrong, but the human beings, as a human being, we need to explore something positive in every adversity. And while being at home, while restricted at home with the limited resources, still there was something that everybody bounced back to the life, that was remote working. And with the positive mindset, it was like to save time and money. Pre-pandemic, there was everybody in the society was busy with their life, but yes, pandemic forced to develop a life and work balance. When people were restricted at home, it was a less stressful work environment because it was a fun. And this phase was during pandemic, when everybody was stuck up at home. They were happy, they were contented, they were not stressed, because they were able to manage up the thing. They have no scare. They were not scared about the future. They were maintaining quality life. COVID gave the opportunity for being the own boss. During pandemic, we have observed, and the research states that many people have started their own business, own establishments. And the research says that approximately, if I talk about 12% of the people only want to join back to their jobs, and 72% are still willing to work remotely. Virtually, they wanted to do that. And adaptability with the limited resources, whatsoever the resources were, everybody was contented and happy, more socially connected, everybody was stepping forward to help each other, irrespective of the fact that nobody knows, but that yes, the humanity was on the height and everybody was helping. Everybody, it is about the development of IT skills. When we talk about self-development, now there is as per the research, the organizations across the globe, they are requiring IT skills, because this is the most important skill that has been explored by the people and the organizers, employers across the globe. And undoubtedly, that was the opportunity for self-development. Pandemic, while restricting at home, gave opportunity for self-development. Now, the most important thing that after, when I say post-pandemic, yes, there's nothing post right now. But what has been observed, that people are into a terrible state of mental stress. Psychologists are experiencing the depression and anxiety level. OCD level of the people are getting higher because something is bothering. And what's that botheration about? That's about how to sustain quality of life. When I say sustain, that means maintaining work and life balance. Again, there is a problem with how to manage up, because if I say income takes a vital role in influencing well-being, and those people who experience high economic status tend to experience more satisfaction in life. We believe that, and somehow there is a special class, you can say, of the in a society where people suffer from this burden of status, burden of experiencing good life, which is difficult to define what good life is. Economic and social burden, because during pandemic there was hike of unemployment. The people were unemployed because organizations were not working in that frequent way, and reason being, everything was on a stake because of this financial scarcity. Remote schooling, education institutions across the globe, after 3 months they started back to the life, but with the same resources. Everything was the similar one. Lack on health of safety measures. Right now, everything, if we observe, we'll see that post pandemic, little the life has been difficult because of the uh, rise of the, you can say, cell facilities, a scarcity of the facilities, and somehow the cost the people are not ready to bear for that because of the limited resources, because of income inequality. Family being is not is very much affected, and social disconnect because of social distancing, because the right now still people are scared of going out of their houses, getting connected with the people, though some way or the other they are trying to manage back to the life, but there are some issues. And moreover, this is not confined to any one class, but for everybody, some way or the other, everybody is going through that stress. Now, as philosophers has interpreted world in various ways, now it is our time to think it out how to change it. It's about when I talk about the experience, it's my finding, my experience, seeing the people in my surroundings, how they have gone through, what mental stress they have been facing for so long, since past 2 years, I can say. So, if what I observed is about the dignity, what is important, the post pandemic. Yes, we are talking about sustainability, we are thinking about what we are going to give to the coming generations, the children, the youngsters, the families, the shattered families. They will be taking time to come out with this stress. It is important to start living with the life of dignity. When I say dignity, to be happy and contented with the resources what we have. Need not to show off or say that only the money gives up the satisfaction, but whatsoever the resources we have, it's important to be living a dignified life. And if you are living a dignified life, you can create up a healthy environment. Healthy environment, which is around the society, the work environment, the family environment, social environment, because it's humanity. It's when we help the people. Most of the things, I think everybody will agree that we do for the sake of the people. We do for what we look for, the comments of the people, the compliments of the people somehow. So psychology that motivates a person to do. And when this environment is happy, we can give up the social services. Moreover, it is important to contribute to the society because it is the people who will help each other. And with the self-determination is about, yes, we can do it. It can be done. Self-determination about proving ourselves. Self-determination about helping the people. Following up with the accommodation of need. Accommodation of need here is somehow to be contented with the resources what we have. How much is required to live a good life? How much is required to sustain in life, that maintain the quality of life, and it leads to the active life. That means we have multiple reasons to be active. And post pandemic, because it will take, at least I think it will take a lot of time to be back to the routine. So everybody is trying, we are matching up with the requirements, but still there are some you can say what I some experiences which are bad, we have gone through. So in this way, we have to be an active.
5 minutes more.
Yeah, sure. So what I suggest is if I come up with the concept of 4A's, that post-pandemic, when we are talking about the post-pandemic quality of life, important is to following up this concept of 4A. A is about assimilation. Assimilation is about the information, whatsoever the information we can gather for our improvement. Assimilation can be about for the future prospects. Assimilation can be about the how to cope up with the issues, the problems. Assimilation is very important because the data reveals that most of the time in the past it happens that people died more of the fear of the pandemic. The family is distorted because of the fear of the pandemic. So important is to assimilate the information. Then there is adaptation. Adaptation, what the people hold, what are the resources? We need to be adapted with that. It is important to guide the coming generations as well to be adapted with the limited resources. Ability is something where we need to understand our ability, what can be done, what is important, how we can make ourselves capable and able to beat up the requirements and again bounce back in the years to come. And moreover, the last is the attitude, because positive attitude plays a very important role, and that attitude of the human beings help to sustain in life. That is more important. So when we talk about, we have seen that as a human beings, we all share same sorrows, same hopes, same potentials. And COVID-19 pandemic has reminded us how interdependent we are, because what happens to one person can soon affect many others, even on the far side of the planet. So therefore, it is important for all of us to try to cultivate peace in mind and to think about what we can do for others, including to those that we have never seen, we have never met, we don't have any relations with them. It is natural to feel worry and fear at the time when so many are suffering. But only by developing calmness and clear sightedness, and with the adaptation of these concept of 4A's, we can help each other. In doing so, we can help ourselves as well. Ultimately, I can only say that if humanity has to thrive, we must remember that we all are own. We all are one. And somehow it is the opportunity that this organizers of Icon Mesh 2021 has provided us, that despite the distance, we all are sharing the same platform. So I can only say that the virus will continue to test our mental health and relations and aggravate existing inequalities in society. So it's important to push for greater sustainability and drive a new ways to thrive. Thank you. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to share my thoughts, my views, my observations regarding the post-pandemic and how to sustain in what the quality of life in the post-pandemic era. Thank you so much.